guys, so today's 7 on Sunday. Excited because we're doing another topic that I recommended to Grace from G-Swizzel, because she's the one that runs 7 on Sunday, and I highly recommend you following her and joining in on 7 on Sunday because it is the most fun. But I mentioned to her that it'd be good to do like standalones, duologies, series, trilogies, and we're finally doing series recommendations, and we're classing series as 4 books or more, even though to me 4 books is like a quartet, but it's still a longer series. Like trilogies and duologies seem to be like the most common thing I read as well. And I really don't think there's that many massive series out there that I've actually completely finished or even started, because one of the ones on my list I haven't actually finished reading, but I have no other options. Like I don't really read long series as much anymore like I used to, but it's a lot to commit to read that many books in one world. Even if you really enjoy the world, it can be a lot. It's a lot easier when it's like published and you read one book a year. That works for me. So you're probably going to know all of these, but I'm excited to get into the topic. Got to start with the OG series, that is Throne of Glass with Sarah J Maas. There is many other series that were published before this, but this is like one of the first things that I read when I started my booktube channel, and it was just so incredibly special to me because I'd never read anything like this. And obviously I had read fantasy, I had read paranormal, I was very much a big Twi head, so this was the first time I ever branched out into something new. So this series is always going to have a special place in my heart, and my obsession with the series led to me seeing Sarah J Maas live back in April of 2019, and that is always going to be a special moment to me because I got to see her talk about this series that meant so much to me, and I still really appreciate the series, but now like Crescent City has started to take over my life because it's so freaking good. I haven't finished yet, but probably by the time this video uploads I will have finished it, and I also will be in Melbourne at the time that this uploads, so it's going to be a little while before I even get to making a book review and having it uploaded, and I still need to like collect my thoughts and feelings. I absolutely love this, but it is many books to commit to. Next I want to talk about Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. So this one is 4 books and I loved every single one of them. This is a series that I only started when the first 2 books were out, so I had to live through waiting for the 3rd and 4th book. It was a time because I love these characters so much and I love the mystery element, and I just enjoyed it so entirely much. And I definitely think anyone who has been on the fence about picking this series up needs to just do it, because I think it's a great story. Again, I really like the mystery element, and that's the reason why I was really excited when I started reading Truly Devious, because I like murder mysteries where you try to figure out who did it. Like, they are so fun, except I don't want to watch them because I hate scary movies, but other than that, it's really good. I'm just bulking in any type of Shadowhunters book by Cassandra Clare, and I know that there is trilogies in the world and 6-book series in the world and standalones and whatnot, novella collections. Like, there is a lot going on, but I think you can just class this as one big epic fantasy of world and series because there is so many books. This is something that's a very big thing to commit to. Someone has just turned up at my house. I'm trying to film before I have to go talk to people, and it's a struggle. I love Cassandra Clare, and I'm gonna keep reading her books. Like, I've already been reading her books for over 10 years now, and it's not gonna stop. I still need to catch up with Chain of Gold and the other 58 books I haven't read, but it's gonna happen. I don't know, like, I think the 3rd book is coming out in November, and I'd love to be caught up by the time that happens. So I've still got like 8 months to try and do that, which is good. But I think this is a great world, and it's very much a nostalgic world, but also something that I've grown up with, which I also really appreciate. So the one that I haven't finished yet is The Lunar Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, but I know I'm gonna love it, and I do plan on doing a whole entire reread. And I say a whole entire reread, like I reread Cinder 40 million years ago, and I still have to reread Scarlet and Crest, but then I really want to read the novella collections. I really want to finally read Winter. I think it's going to be like an epic conclusion, and it kind of feels like it's going to be like Avengers style of everyone coming together. But I like the way that this is modern retellings of fairy tales, but it's sci-fi, and it's such a unique experience actually reading this, because I do love the idea of having Cinderella be a cyborg and about Rapunzel being stuck in a spaceship tower. Like, there is so many cool elements to this series, and I feel like this is just one of those like OG golden series that everyone's just always really appreciated and love reading. Like, the first one came out over 10 years ago, and that still is very weird to me. Gotta mention Vampire Academy by Rochelle Mead. Because of my Twilight phase, it also was a vampire phase, so I had to read anything that involved vampires or werewolves because yeah. But I really do love Vampire Academy, and I especially love the Bloodline series. So there is 12 books here that you can read that are amazing, and I definitely think you should. There is great stories, there is great humor, and there's really great plot, and you also always have the things that happen that just cause you a lot of pain. But I really appreciate this series, and it's still going to be one of my favorite books from when I was a teenager, and I love it. I have not talked about the Selection series by Kiera Cass for a hot minute, and I know that there is originally a trilogy, but then there is 2 more books about their kids. So I think it counts. Like, there's a lot of books in the Selection world actually, but even though people talk shit about this series, I love the fact that it's The Bachelor, but it's a dystopian sci-fi novel. It is the funniest thing ever. And America and Maxon have such a pure relationship, and I know there are so many bad things about this series, like I know. But I just really enjoyed it. I had so much fun with this. I actually always kind of want to do a reread. Like, the first time I read this, I was in year 11 and I finished school like 6 years ago, so it's been a while. But I really appreciate it. I really enjoy it, and I definitely put it highly up there with favorite series. And the last series I have to mention is the Luck series by Jennifer L. Armentrout. So everything else she writes has been a trilogy, and I can't talk about From Blood and Ash yet because I haven't read any of those books yet, but I feel that I really need to get back into Jennifer L. Armentrout's books, and part of me really wants to do a reread of the White Hot Kiss trilogy, but I love it so much, and what if I have like bad opinions on it if I reread it, because I have such like loving feelings for it. But I always really did like the Luck series because it's about a book reviewer, and that is something that you don't see that often in books. Like, even though we all love reading, we never really get to read about people who like reading too. But Katie and Damon are like one of those OG couples, and I really appreciated this story. Also, the side characters are really good too, but I think this is a really cool story, for it really does keep building on the mythology of the aliens, and some of the decisions they do are things that you never see in series like this, which is really fun as well. Like, I just really enjoy it. You can totally tell though from my list that a lot of these are like OG series that I really liked, because I just don't pick up big series anymore. Like I said at the start, I can't commit to reading so much anymore. So guys, that is all for today's video. This has actually like been one of the smaller videos that I've filmed for a while, but it's just a exciting series. Like, at least I don't have to chat too much, but I do like a good chat. But anyway guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!